Alright, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, actually make some adjustments. That wasn't one. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Straight into my thing. Hey, it's Chaz. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing good. Hey, Goldmash, how's it going, buddy? I'm doing good, Goldmash. Gonna be starting here in about 15 minutes or so, but got a long way to go before then. Take some meds. The man's gotta take his prescription. Samantha Jade, thank you for the follow. Hey, how you doing? How are you, Samantha? I hope you're doing really, really well. Hello back. You can't stay? Oh. I'm doing great, Samantha. I'm doing great. I'm just glad you're able to come into the channel, just have a little nice time. Even if it's for a brief moment, that's perfectly fine. It's not a particular problem, but you're always welcome here at any time, Samantha. If you like to talk about anything, or doing some math here today, of course. But yeah, whatever you like. Everybody's always welcome. What am I drinking? I'm drinking unsweetened bold green tea. I have my 2-liter bottle here. Yeah. You have to go to work? I was eating James Discord, so I came to say hello. Follow. Hey, appreciate that, Samantha. Hope you have a nice day at work. This is my work right now, so teaching classes and whatnot. So that's what I'm. That's my job. But I hope you have a good day at work. At least try to make the best of it. Try to make the best of it. Hopefully it's nice and productive, and then you can get back home, sit back, relax, and enjoy some nice time with James and friends. Let's see, what am I doing? We're gonna be this. Gotta go to this, and let's see. I gotta. So let's see. I have. That looks like we. Pretty good though. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, who's ready for a little bit of a little bit of math? Oof. Slept like a log last night. Holy smokes, I couldn't believe it. As soon as my head hit the pillow, I was just like, oh, I'm gone. I wake up until like 8 hours later. Need to get that smooth rest in, Nothing wrong with that. Eventually I'm gonna probably of course I'm teaching these classes here, but I change it to some I gotta change it to some games as well at some point. That's for sure. But today, of course, is mathematics. Mathematics, very important. Oh man. So how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing fan-diggy-antastic. Hopefully everybody is having a nice and wonderful and relaxing kind of day here. Hopefully everybody's just kind of having a nice, have some possible weekend plans. It's in a couple days. That is, what am I doing? Oh, that is not what I was supposed to do there. Wait, I didn't want to drag that window there. Yes. Yeah, hopefully everybody's nice and chill. I'm ready to rip roaring to go here. Let's see. Might not have time for that. So I do have time for this, and I do have time for this. Let's go with this. Anna, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great, Anna. How are you? How's your past couple of days there, Anna? I hope they were good. I hope you had a nice, relaxing couple of days at least. Sat back, relaxed, chilled. Partook of some alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages, whichever one is your preference. It has been very nice. I went outside without any kind of coat on. It was just me and the t-shirt. I was like, wow, I can't believe it. I actually have to open up the windows to my car. I said, I can't believe it. I know, it's super nice out there. Nice in 70s and 80s. Holy smokes. How can you argue with that kind of weather? I think we've been waiting for that for a while, to be honest. I think at least compared to last year, it's nice to just go outside, period. Really brings up the mood. Yeah, that's true. I like something nice, bright skies. It's true. I am definitely that. I'm definitely liking that. That's for sure. Hopefully you're ready for today. I hope so. Today is a nice, simple, easy day. Okay? Nice and simple and easy. All right? That's the goal. That's what you'd like to hear? Good. Because that's what I like doing. Why does math have to be super complicated? Because it doesn't have to be. That's the answer to the question. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys did the rate my professor thing last time. I actually haven't read what you guys wrote. Actually, probably should look at that now. Why not? Let's see. What did you guys write for me on rate my professor? I'm gonna switch my camera so you can see what I see. There you go. let's go to let's go to rate my professor. I can bask in my amazing ego. No. Let's take a look at my. Let me tell you how amazing I am. Let's see. I'd definitely take him again if I get a chance. Oh, that is. Oh, man. I need to turn down the music for this one, man. All right, let's at least let's at least take a look here. Let's look at what we see. What I see here. Oh wait, you know what? No, what? I'm just gonna scroll down here. Okay. I would definitely take him again if I get a chance. Okay. I highly recommend him. You will be happy and successful in your math. You will love your class. Well, let's let's at least clarify a few things here. All right, let's clarify a few things here from what we can see. I definitely take him again if I get a chance. Boy, oh boy, if I looked at myself in the mirror, I would say no to that question right away. I, hmm, take him if I get a chance. I don't know. I don't know. You should probably rethink. That. I'm just gonna kind of point that out there. Let's take a look at the next one here. I highly recommend him. Oh, oof, oof, oof. Um, I'm telling you. Godzilla versus Kong Ad is playing. That's kind of funny, actually, Megan. um. Do you want me to tell? No spoilers. No spoilers. Spoilers. You can't have spoilers. All right. Seems fair. Seems fair. Yes. Of course it's fair. Oh my goodness. I can tell this is gonna be a good day today. This is gonna be a really fun and good day today. Alright, I'm looking forward to today, that's for sure. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to hopefully drop in. So we got about 3 minutes to go here. 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes. Let's go to the big, to the just chatting page. I'm gonna go. You finally understand how to do 9.1. You can see now you're putting all the pieces together, right? Not too bad? Not too bad, Megan? I hope not. It wasn't intended to be super difficult. Just small little adjustments. That's about it. You follow the steps, you got yourself a winner chicken dinner. Yeah, yeet indeed. Like, I yeeted that material into my brain, and now I understand it. And that was not a bad thing. Like, now I understand how it's done. I understand you'll yeet the material after the semester's over. You're like, woo! Statistics? What? I don't understand. I call it the information flush, you know. Now you guys like once the semester's over, right? Let's you know, you gotta be Gotta be super realistic about things, right? So, semester goes over, everything's done, you got your final grade, you got everything done, you got whatever. You go walk outside for all about, like you take a small walk outside for about, maybe a minute or two. You go to maybe it's your back door, maybe it's your back porch, maybe it's your front door. Okay, whatever. Maybe you walk to your car outside, whatever. And then all you have to do is you go take your hand, put it next to your head, and you're just like whoosh, and you just flush all that information that you learned from the previous semester away, and it's all gone. All gone. You walk back inside like nothing ever happened. You're just like, nah. Oh man. Hydrate. All right. Got some bold green tea in a 2-liter jug. Am I drinking Dunkin' without the donuts? I'm drinking green tea without the donuts. You don't get the. Everybody knows you don't get the donuts there. Never. Jessica, good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome back. How are you doing today, Cheska? I hope you're doing well. So hopefully things are doing well with you there today, Cheska. We're gonna wait a couple more minutes here. We'll see exactly how far we get here today. Um, got a few things, of course, to go over. Nothing too crazy, I assure you. Doing watching class at a coffee shop by your house. Ooh, well that's actually pretty nice. We're sitting relaxing with a good cup of coffee, watching my stream. It's kind of um. I guess I'll say to the coffee shop employees, I apologize if I'm acting a fool all up in your business. Uh, it's just going to get worse after this. Okay. There, I've put out the disclaimer. I think we're okay. Wasn't gonna get any better, let me tell you. Let's be honest with ourselves. There was no way in heck it was gonna get any better. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and do some intros here. Let's go ahead and get started, and we'll we'll do some stuff. We'll do some stuff here for you. All right. Okay, let's get started today. Welcome back to Wednesday, end of the week time today. So today, ladies and gentlemen, today we are getting into chapter 10. Okay, so just know that there's chapter 10 and chapter 4, and then we are done. So, all right, so just a couple more chapters here to go as we're getting down to the home stretch here. I remember last time you guys had put stuff on, rate my professor and stuff, so I was kind of reading that here before class was going on here today. So if we go to the big board here really quick here, let's go to the big board here. We have this is my rating here at Elgin, right? So um I was just kind of criticizing some stuff that was written. I felt and I was kind of compelled kind of make some commentary. Like taking myself if I get a chance, like I don't know if you should do that. Okay. You probably, again, like I said, you probably shouldn't take me if you have the chance. It's not a good idea. I don't know what you signed up for when you signed up for this class, but it was nothing what you were expecting, and I'm sorry that it had to be that way. Um, I highly recommend him. That is, I don't highly recommend myself. So, like, who's this fat loser? You're like, yup, that's pretty much how it is. You will be happy and successful in your math. Oh, you'll be happy and successful in your math. Well, first of all, I'm hoping that you're happy. As for being successful in your math, oh man, the path to ruin is easily laid for. And of course, me being a teacher in general, I'm just evil by nature. So, of course, there's no chance of success whatsoever. Okay? I'm here to just totally destroy you in every single which way possible. So, just understanding that from the pure nature of the job title, at the very least, success is just never going to happen here on this stream or in this class. Okay? It's just not going to happen. Thought it was going to happen. I'm sorry, but you were successfully. That's the only success that you'll ever see. um, yeah, let's see here. You will love your class. You will love your class. I don't know. I mean, if you're that kind of person that loves punishment, I mean, hey, then maybe you'll love your class. But completely misleading kind of statements here. And they gave a 5, and I think they gave a 5. Yeah, they gave a 5. I was like, man, just uh, just a little tough there. Tell you. Mm, mm. I don't know what you guys think, but that's a little bit tough for me to take there. Let's see here. What else is on the screen here? Funny, easygoing, and understanding. He does all he can to make sure everyone does their best. Uh, uh, I don't even understand that comment, so I'm just gonna move on. Um, very good teacher if math tends to be more of a struggle. Oh, oh, believe me, it'll be. I will be leaving a 5. I'm sad. He is super helpful. Look, this is just like patting. This is like make sure that the ego's inflated. He's super helpful. I mean, I barely lift a finger to type on the keyboard, literally. So, I'm not sure about that. We'll always take extra time if help if you need it. Man, I can't be bothered anymore. It's super funny. Well, that's true. I am quite amazing. I ain't gonna lie. Cracks jokes and making math more bearable. Trying to be cruel here. I gotta stop doing that. It's a bad habit. Let's see here. Oh, here's an awful one. All right, I gotta take Chris. I'm nice, however, he's extremely unorganized. Yeah, that's pretty true. Terrible at organization. When you tell him he's made continuous mistakes with the online homework, I mean, kinda true. I'm just awful with that. He'll actually never fix the mistakes. Wow, a consistency 101. Okay, and your grade will suffer. Oh, that's a bummer. He doesn't post grades on D2L. Well, I'm getting better at that. And D12 is being used. So you'll enjoy being blind to grade the whole semester. Hey, wait a second. I'm still recording the grades from the last test. Don't waste your time emailing him because he won't respond. Well, I don't know. This was written like 2 years ago. But I'm responding to your comment now. So that still is true that I'm responding to your comment. So I guess that last part is definitely false. However, I just don't waste time with terrible things. I don't post grades on D2L. Well, maybe I didn't post your grade on D2L. Maybe I posted everybody else's grades because I knew you were gonna comment. Maybe I just was gonna be vindictive and just gonna leave it off there. Um, yeah, honestly, when I look at comments like these, I do take them into consideration and try and make improvements. So, Sometimes there's certain things that I just don't notice throughout the course of the semester, and you guys let me know, and then I make improvements there throughout the course of the semester, and hopefully get better. So not everybody's experience is going to be great, but you know, I do take criticism on the chin, and hopefully be able to build up from there. It is important nonetheless. As a teacher, you're constantly improving, so I think that's important to at least take those same kind of criticisms and be able to do things. So this class is so easy if you go to the redays and just go to have a good cheat sheet. However, make sure to do the homework. Basically, don't fail the class. He doesn't really emphasize the homework too much till the end, and even then, it's a brief do your homework type of thing. Other than that, you'll be good. Okay. I mean, I have emphasized do the homework to do the practice. Um, sure. I guess people average. Why not? We'll be okay. Let's see here. If you're smart, not like clear guidelines and doing everything by yourself, then take this class. Nothing is graded on time and nothing is clear. Don't recommend for an easy class. Well, this is the one thing that's true. I'll point this out here actually to everyone. One thing I really like about this comment, I actually like this comment a lot. Um, there is a reason why I like this comment. You'd probably be surprised. Sometimes you talk about a teacher and say, hey, teachers have a tough time taking the criticism or taking it. It's like, because it affects their pride. This is the one comment I do like. This is one comment I actually really like a lot. Number one, it may be a student who doesn't care. That's fine. But what I do like about the comment is that it at least puts me back into reality. I wish I could have a class where everybody succeeds. But I know that sometimes it just doesn't happen. And that could be the person behind the scenes, could be the student not putting in the work who just wanted to coast, and then I wouldn't let them coast. Or it could have been, could have been other circumstances that either I was aware of or I wasn't aware of. I don't know who this person is because, of course, this is completely anonymous. So, um, thing is, at the end of the day, not everything can be a success, but I try and teach as best as possible in order to make you a success. So that is very important there to kind of get to know. That's why I like this comment says, hey, it's a good reminder. It says, hey, um, hey, you gotta try that much harder there to hopefully get everybody to succeed as best as possible. Although it's, you know, I deserve all the fives. Although this person got a B, so I don't know what they're truly complaining about, but still. Comment like this, you'd be surprised. Comment says you do everything by yourself, yet it's lecture heavy. Those don't add up to me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Some people, again, it's just some people are going to be that way. Some people are not going to be successful in the course in terms of how they experienced it, and I have to accept that. Like, you're not going to satisfy everybody at the end of the day. That's just not realistic. So, um, comments like that sometimes can be very good feedback in terms of like, hey, you know what? You got 28 people here. You wish all 28 could get A's, but you know it's not going to happen necessarily because anything can happen in a span of 4 months. So that's fair. Let's see. There's these other comments here that doesn't really matter. When was this? 5. Professor with humor. Genuinely cares. Yeah, I don't give a crap. Um, he makes class fun. Best teacher. Yeah, whatever. Okay. He makes material clear as day. I have shades on my room. All right. Anyway, and tell you everything on the exam before you take it. Yes. Um, you actually took my RMT score because it was the highest. Oh, but like highest in the department sort of thing? Oh, these are all fives. Oh, well, that's a problem. Out of all the other. Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is just one of them, okay? I got Harper. So this is Harper because I work over at Harper as well. So I've worked at Harper about the same amount of time. So on occasion, I go back to actually seriously. I actually go to rate my professor here, not to, of course, toot my own horn says I'm the best thing since sliced bread, but actually sometimes, like I said, I get some good feedback in here and be like, hey, maybe there's a few little tweaks that I can that I can do to hopefully make a class better. So sometimes, because sometimes you get those questionnaires, and then or some people don't finish those questionnaires, but some people are a little bit more honest and like rate my professor. So I'm like, okay, hey, if you have some criticism, 5 or 1 or whatever, just tell it to me, and then I can hopefully be able to implement that the next go around. So yeah, I always make sure that hopefully things will be slightly a bit better the next go around. If it's not good in some certain spots, that's true. All right, I know it's currently I only teach like one class at Harper, so criticism. Yeah, there's Hey Dylan, how's it going? You I gotta hydrate again. Fair enough. Um, yeah, there's way too much math in this class, and I don't like math. Can you talk about something else? Oh man, it's such a bummer. Such a bummer. What should I talk about today? I mean, the title of the stream is Math 102. I'm having a hard time kind of figuring out exactly what I should talk about. Let's talk about I know. Shut this. Let's talk about hot math bummer. Let's talk about beards. Yeah, let's talk about beards and my lack of one at this current moment. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. I don't think there's been a time where we only talk about math. Um uh yeah, actually that's kind of true. I got to stop doing that. You live for the you live for the tandems. Wait. Hang on. Hang on a second. Hang on. I need to stop. Yeah, I need to stop for a second. Strangest English I've ever seen. I live for the tandems. Let's tag team together. Okay, let's go. I'm going for the championship, all right? One beer bottle minus one beer bottle equals healthy addiction. This is true. This is very true. Actually, fun fact about me, I never drink the day before a class. So every class I have to arrive sober. So it's very important. So I never drink the day before a class. That never will happen. I did it once, way back when I was in Japan. And so do you drink after class? No, I do not. If I am teaching the next day, then I do not drink. If I am not teaching the next day, then possibly yes. But I actually usually wait until the next day anyway. So, um, yeah, I'm pretty strict on myself when it comes to drinking. Um, so I'm actually fairly strict when it comes to drinking. Perfectly honest. What I teach in Japan, I taught English. Fainer with a hydrate. All right. Seems I'm gonna be full of green tea. All right. I taught English in Japan for 4 years, Dimar. And I would used to do the same thing. I would go out and like after work, you'd go out and drink and do all those sort of things. One day I went and I had a friend. I had a friend slash coworker in my at my company. He wanted to go out for his birthday, so we went out all night and we got we did karaoke. We got wasted, the whole 9 yards. I know his name to this day because his name was cool as heck. His name was Jethro. So, um, so Jethro and the crew, we were all going around celebrating his birthday. We were out in Shibuya. We were out in Shibuya until like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then I had to go to work at 7:45. I'm half dead, half drunk, and I don't even remember what I said to like the first 4 clients I had. I think I was talking out of my rear end, and it was pretty bad. Like I made myself look like a fool. So when do I go back to face teaching? I will be actually in the fall in a very limited capacity at Harper. I am going back to face for like once or twice a week. So it's like for an hour and 15 minutes. So it'll be my first time back in a classroom in over a year and a half. So um, do I ever stream have I ever streamed SMM2? No, I haven't. Wait, actually, I've streamed SMM2, but only after classes. I mean, that part's true. I mean, yeah, I gotta clarify that. I maybe not before classes though. I haven't. Maybe I have. Maybe it was at one time, but that's okay. All right, we get okay. Okay, I gotta get the stuff here. I gotta actually do things. I gotta actually do things. Um, yeah, that's true. Um, yes, Dylan, I'll be continuing to doing lessons on here. That's correct. If the pandemic is going to continue, and again, it's just dependent on the schools. So if they say they still want an asynchronous or they want a synchronous thing, then I'm still going to be doing some lessons on here for sure. So yeah, need my Chibs content. Are the handouts on D2L? Yes, that's correct, Imar. All the handouts are on D2L. They're if you're not sure where to find them, they're underneath the content tab. Okay. All right. So let's go in here with the new material today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get started here with chapter 10. Okay. Now, chapter 10 is going to be a big marked difference from what we've been doing in the previous chapters. The previous chapters, like 7, 8, and 9, had kind of stuff that were a little bit to do with each other there. So they had some connecting thoughts here. Today, we're going to be kind of switching gears here. Um, the handouts go to 9.3 to 10.1 and 10.4 to 4.1. Wait, what? Did I forget to put up a handout for that? I was pretty sure I put up a handout for every section. That's actually kind of weird. I gotta check. Okay, let me check here because I thought when I uploaded this content here way back when, I thought I put in every single one in here. This oh, okay. Oh wow. I don't know how that happened. All right, that's really really strange. Okay. Well, yes. Okay. Well, how about we do this then? All right. Okay, just to clarify here. Okay, let me clarify a couple things here. Let me back up for just a second here. All right, so first of all, section 9.3. Section 9.3 is just a recap section of what you did in sections 9.1 and 9.2. So there's no new material that you're going to find in section 9.3 that you're going to find that you found in 9.1, 9.2. So 9.3 is just a recap section. There's nothing much going on with that outside of those two things. Okay, so that's what section 9.3 is referring to here. Um, so here's what I'll do. I'm just gonna go over 10.1 here today, and then I'll post up here today sections 10.2 and 10.3 in terms of the handout for that. I thought I actually had that up here, but thank you for pointing that out here, Dmar. Uh, I probably didn't catch that there, so I do have the handout here. It's just I probably have to um, post it up there. So yeah, yeah, I do have it. Yeah, I don't know why I skipped that. Yeah, I have it here. I have both the handouts here. I see them. Um, yeah. So 9.3 is just yes. So still do the homework here for 9.3. All right. Now the reason why I put the homework here for 9.3, Megan, is specifically just to give you a few more practice problems there from 9.1 and 9.2. All right. So that's pretty much all 9.3 is about. Is hey, just practice few more problems here from 9.1 and 9.2. But honestly speaking, there's really no difference than what we did here from last time in 9.3, since it's just again a recap section. So just a few more practice problems that are worth points, and it's an extra 5 points in the bank. Shouldn't be too tough if it's just a recap of what we just talked about. Okay. Um, are there any other questions before we move forward? Any more questions? Any more questions? Yeah, actually do that. Uh, all right. So I went ahead and did this here really quick, guys. So the printout is for chapter 10.1, not yeah. Technically, it's for 10.1. That part is true. So just to point that out here, I have this here, and I just uploaded the 10.2, 10.3 handouts here. So that's what I have for that here. So that's what you got. That's what you should. That's what you guys should have now on D2L. So I've updated that here. Thank you again there, Dmar, for pointing that out. Okay, so you should be able to access that and print that out appropriately. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go over what we're going to be talking about here today, at least section 10.1, is we're going to be setting up here a lot what we're going to be doing here in this particular section here. We're going to be talking about what's called hypothesis testing. Okay, so we're going to talk about hypothesis testing here today. All right, so what is hypothesis testing? All right, so hypothesis testing is basically saying, hey, there's a baseline here. We want to do some study. We want to compare something to the baseline, maybe make a claim, and then see if that's true or not. Okay, so that's essentially what we're doing here, is like we're testing out a hypothesis. We're testing out saying, okay, is it true or is it not true based on previous results, and then we're going to figure it out mathematically how we can actually justify those results up to a certain point. Okay, so for a section 10.1 here, this is going to lay a huge foundation for what we're going to be talking about here in the next couple of sections. Okay, so a lot what we're doing here today is going to be very important, especially for the results that we're going to be getting into here as we move along. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the very first question here on the handout, which is what is the null hypothesis? All right. They're underneath contents, Dmar. So click on contents and then click on handouts. So they should be right underneath the 10-1 handout. I then rearranged it. You should be able to see them. All right. So here we have the null hypothesis here. Now let's talk about the notation here in this case. So notation here is going to be fairly important. All right. So we're going to call the null hypothesis here, which is H0 or H sub 0, whatever you want to call it. All right. So what is the null hypothesis here? The null hypothesis here is what we call the base case or baseline that we're testing against. So let's say whatever the past precedent is, that's going to be our null hypothesis. Okay. Of course, this null hypothesis for what we're going to be doing here can change from, of course, case to case, problem to problem. But again, that's something that we'll look at here as we look through some problems in the subsequent sections. Now, of course, to go along with that, we also have number 2. What is the alternate hypothesis? So the alternate hypothesis is the notation here is H1. So H1 here is the notation here for the alternate hypothesis. Now, what is the alternate hypothesis? Now, this is the claim that either the researcher or we make. So again, the claim made by the researcher in question given in comparison to the null hypothesis. Now, as we've talked about here in previous word problems, because pretty much all these problems are word problems, again, wording here is going to be incredibly important. Okay, this is going to have a great effect on the remainder of the problem if you um, if you do not read if you do not read these problems carefully, then you're going to run into a lot of issues very quickly, and it could be not the greatest of times. All right, so you do want to be very careful about how you read the problems here and how you need to set up your problems for your alternate hypothesis. Okay. Now, of course, the question is, why is it so important here? What do we actually? Why is that such a big deal? Well, because of how we're going to set up the problem here in pretty much every example is going to be revolving around question number 3. Question number 3 is one of the more important questions here. So I'm actually going to make this. Um. Oh, you know what I think I did? Oh, I think I know what I did there. I bet I did it for one class and I didn't ask. Thought I would do it for both. I bet I bet you 1000% that's what happened. All right, that is what happened because I'm a dum dum. All right, I'm a dumb. Blame me. Blame me for a lot of things. Wait, did Sensu not? Oh my god, so bad. Why must you be terrible? All right, second. Why not? Uh-oh. Hang on a second. My computer didn't want to work. I was very upset about it. Where'd it go? Okay. Okay. I'll fix that a little later. Okay, you see them now? Okay, good. All right, that works. All right. Sorry about that. That was my fault. All right. All right. So let's talk about this next question here. Next question says, what are the left tail, right tail, and two-tailed alternate hypotheses? All right. So, posture check. Thank you, Toaster. All right. So, what are left-tailed, right-tailed, and two-tailed alternate hypotheses? So, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be setting up these questions here in relation to what it's going to ask us for our alternate hypothesis. Now, for our null hypothesis here, this is how it's going to be set up. Pretty much every single one of these problems here at the very beginning of the problem is going to be set up in this pretty much the same exact way. We're going to first find some null hypothesis here. That means we have some parameter, whatever that parameter is going to equal some value. You don't know, again, this should dependent, whatever's in the problem, fine, it is what it is. All right. Now, we could have a left tail, right tail, or two tail. Now, a left tail alternate hypothesis is if that some parameter is less than whatever that value is. All right, so again, we take that parameter, it is less than that some value. So that's the alternate hypothesis. A right tail would be that some parameter would be bigger than that some value. Okay, so bigger than would indicate a right tail type of test that we'll be doing. And two tail meaning would be that some parameter would not be equal to that some value here at the end of the day. All right, so that's what we have going on here. All right, so how we set up the, and again, this will make a huge deal here because what we're going to be doing, say, in the calculator per se, is we need to figure out what type of test we're going to be working with, because if we don't know that, then we can't set it up in the calculator correctly, and that could, but will be a very big potential problem. Okay, so we look at that here when we look at some more examples. Okay, let's take a look at number 4. Okay, now I want to talk about number 4 as well. I'm going to stress on number 4 here. All right. Number 4, probably in my estimation, amongst everything in this handout here, for section 10.1 anyway, is probably the most important question. I mean, yes, we've talked about the basics here of alternate null and alternate hypotheses. Yes, very true. But number 4 here is where the bread and butter is going to lie. Why is that? When we do these hypothesis testings here, it says, what are some conclusions we can state when doing hypothesis testing? Now, here's the thing. We talk about final answers. Okay, that's what we typically do in any math class. We always talk about a final answer. This is our final answer. 5 is our final answer if we do the calculation, whatever. In these hypothesis testing problems here, I'm basically telling you here in number 4 that you will only get 2 final answers in any given problem. Just 2. Okay, when we do these hypothesis testing the guys out, we're only going to get 2 final answers. That's it. So one of these 2 conclusions is what you should have at the end of the day. So that makes it infinitely easier. We're not dealing now with just, hey, it could be whatever. No, we just get 2 final answers. That's it. Which is very, very nice here for these hypothesis testing guys. Let's take a look at what those 2 answers could be. First answer says first answer we accept the null hypothesis and reject the alternate hypothesis. So accept H0 and reject H1. Now, also written, the reason why I've actually typed this part out here is in the book, it is written as do not reject H0 or do not reject the null hypothesis. This is written, say, in the back of the book. Do not reject the null hypothesis here. That's an alternate way of saying the same thing. I'm not a big fan of this alternate rewriting because it makes things more confusing than they absolutely need to be. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of avoid writing that out because it makes it more confusing. So I was like, okay, well, accept is a lot easier to understand them than saying do not reject H0. So I'm like, okay, fine. That seems fair. All right. Now, the second conclusion that we can come up with is that we can reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternate hypothesis. So again, maybe the baseline isn't true based off our study. Maybe our own conclusion here happens to be true after we testing out. Okay. There you go. Don't worry, Fainer. We're gonna come back and see these again and again and again. So in the next two sections here, we're gonna showcase these guys here in steps anyway. So you'll see how we actually apply them to our particular examples. Okay, so all right. Hopefully we have that. Okay, I'm gonna move on here. Okay. Any questions so far, by the way? Any questions? No problem. Any questions so far? Anyone? Yep. I like better than Noink. There. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look here at number 5. Um, Noink indeed. Like it better than Noink. Fair. What are type 1 and type 2 errors? Okay, so one thing that we have to understand is that we have to understand that there's going to be sometimes some tests here will be disconnected from what reality is actually telling us here. All right, so sometimes you'll get these type 1 and type 2 errors, and sometimes that can happen. Okay, so um, type 1 error here says if the null hypothesis is true in reality, but you rejected it in your hypothesis testing. All right. A type 2 error is pretty much the same, but for the alternate hypothesis. So it says if the alternate hypothesis is true in reality, okay, then, but you rejected it in hypothesis testing. Now, this can happen here. Again, just like we talked about confidence intervals, like if we say we're 95% confident about something, then we still have a margin of, we still have a 5%. We could still be wrong 5% of the time. Okay. Maybe in reality, it's in that 5%. All right. That can certainly happen. All right. And that's what these errors reflect. Hey, nothing is like 100% certain. Okay. It's not 100% certain. We could get it as close as possible, of course. Right. But it may not be necessarily 100% certain. Okay. Maybe reality just has a different, different outcome compared to what we actually did it as. Fine, it is what it is, right? Of course, we want to. Of course, the stronger argument is that basically the less of the error that we have, then the better off that we're going to be here at the end of the day. The stronger our argument is going to be, all right, regardless of whatever we're testing over. All right, let's take a good look here at number 6. Number 6 is something that we talked about here before. So, what is a critical value? And we talked about critical values here back a chapter or two ago here. And so a critical value here will be used in comparison in determining a conclusion in some hypothesis testing. Now, we're not going to necessarily go over this in this section here. We did talk about it how when we did confidence intervals, for example, some percentages had a particular critical values associated with them, and you could find them in the table in the back of the book or one of the pages in the textbook, whatever the case may be. You can also do what's called critical value testing to do this hypothesis testing. So it's a method there to kind of, kind of a manual, old school manual method to kind of go ahead and to make those comparisons appropriately. All right, so we're not going to focus too heavily on that here. If it's necessary though, then we'll go over it as necessary. But um, if it's not necessary, then we'll go ahead and skip. So, but I at least make the note there in that case. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here at number 7. All right, number 7 here. What's the topic? Hypothesis testing, my friend. What is a significance level? All right, so significance level here is very important. The notation here is alpha. All right, so we're going to be using this level of significance here is going to be very important here for what we're going to be doing here in several problems. Now, the level of significance here is going to be equivalent to the probability of making a type 1 error. Okay, so in this case here, again, the type 1 error here, just as a reminder, as if the null hypothesis is true in reality, but we rejected it in the hypothesis testing. So yeah, we could test it, based on our, we could test it here based on some type of type 1 error. Again, the probability of making that error there. So that's that, that's that 5%, 1% could be wrong, 5% could be wrong, whatever the case may be. Okay, now there's going to be common levels of significance. So I do want to point that out here. There are going to be common levels of significance. I'll probably state it here a little bit later, but in any case, common levels of significance you're going to see is like 0.05. That's the most common one. 0.01, which is like 1%, or 0.10, which is like 10%. So you may see these here. Again, you don't have to find these levels of significance. They're going to be given to you in the problems that we're going to be doing. Okay, but they do have a meaning behind them. So at least I want to point that out here for these problems. Okay. Are there any questions about that? Is there a formula to use? We'll talk about that here. There will be formulas here, but it depends on the context of the problem and what information is given. So there'll be some formulas here, but we're not going to be like super heavy into formulas here. So there may be one part in terms of formulas, but again, it depends on the uh, context. So in this section anyway, we're just laying down some foundational groundwork. Okay, we're not doing anything special here. We're just like, hey, here you go. It is what it is. Go do stuff, and set up the problem appropriately. Okay, let me go ahead and show off a book problem here. I think problem here will be fairly important. Here. Okay. Okay, so let's take a good look here at number 35. All right. Actually, do I want 35? No, I don't. All right, that's fine. Look at letter B here. All right. Okay, so let's look at 35, letter B. All right. I'm going to probably move my face. All right. Okay, so let's look at 35. We have, let's go ahead and read this off here. It says a can of soda is labeled as containing 12 fluid ounces. The quality control manager wants to verify that the filling machine is neither overfilling nor underfilling the cans. Letter B, the quality control manager obtains a sample of 75 cans and measures the contents. Sample evidence leads the manager to reject the null hypothesis, okay, or write a conclusion here. Is that the one I want to do? Oh, actually, no, I'd take that back. Let's do letter A. Sorry about that. The one I want to focus on is letter A. I read the wrong one. Okay, so determine the null and alternate hypothesis. That would be determine the null and alternative hypotheses that would be used to determine if the filling machine is calibrated correctly. So we need to actually, so this is a little bit of good practice here into determining how we would set up the first part of this problem. Okay, so how would we do that here? Let's go back for just a second here. All right. So in this particular case, let's talk about the null hypothesis here. Let's talk about the null hypothesis. What exactly is the null hypothesis here? What is our baseline according to our problem? So according to the question here, what is the null hypothesis here? What's the baseline that this operator or manager is working with? 12 ounces, right? Because let's say that's the company standard, okay? So the company standard says it's exactly correct. It should be 12 ounces. So no matter what, I need to have 12 fluid ounces in this particular, in each can of soda has to be a baseline of 12 fluid ounces. Now, let's just call it the mean here. So the mean here has to be 12. That's fair. All right, so does everybody understand? Are there any questions about that here really quick? About how we went ahead and stated the null hypothesis. Again, just our baseline here. Seems fair. All right. Now, let's take a look at H1, okay, which is our alternate hypotheses. All right. No, okay, good. What is our alternate hypothesis here? He wants to determine if the machine is filling it correctly or not. Okay, so he doesn't know. This manager's looking at the inventory of these whatever 75 cans, and you say that is not equal to 12. Okay, people agree with Cool Dad there. Would it be not equal to 12, or would it be something different? Remember, you only have three options here. By the way, yeah, you only have three options here. By the way, just to let you know, there's only three possibilities. So if you go back to the handout here, real quick. Go back to the handout here. Remember that if we go back here for just a moment, remember you only have a left tail, right tail, two tails. So it's only less than, bigger than, or not equal to. Those are your only three choices for the alternate hypothesis here. Okay. So do people agree with Cool Dad? Would it be less than, bigger than, or not equal? Let's put a poll here then. Poll is just fine. People think. Based on what you see here in this problem, what do you guys think? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. See if okay. Pretty solid reasoning there, Cool Dad. Okay, we'll see here. Give about another 15 seconds or so. All right. Okay, so everybody voted for not equal, and that is correct, actually. So in this case here, not equal would be indeed correct here. So this, in this instance here, your reasoning there, Cool Dad, was absolutely correct. So indeed, we would have a two-tail case. Okay, so a two-tail test is what we would do, and then we would proceed to do whatever we need to do from there in order to solve that particular claim. Okay, so again, just depends, of course, what numbers that were given. Fair enough. But there you go. That's how we go ahead and set that up here. This is what essentially, this first part here is the first part, first couple of steps here about how we want to take care of a lot of the problems here that we're going to see in the next two sections. Okay, so a lot of the things that we're going to be doing here will revolve around this first step here. Okay, this I can absolutely guarantee. Let's go ahead and try another one here, really quick. Uh, let's look at 37. So 37 e-cigs. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 2.8% of high school students currently use e-cigs. A high school counselor is concerned the use of e-cigs at her school is higher. Determine the null and alternate hypothesis here. All right. So what is the null hypothesis here in this case? What's the null hypothesis here in number 37? Oh, it's good. All right. Can you use percent though? What do you think, Megan? Think about how we've been using percentages up to this point. It's a very valid question there, Megan. So I'm not gonna lie. But how have we been using percentages up to this point? We want to maintain that same status quo. So if that's true, then I wanna keep the same status quo that we've been doing so far here, and want to go ahead and use. And Demar and Cheska were correct here. Again, we want to use the decimal equivalent here. Okay, so yep, yeah, you can't forget about that, right? Right. So the reason why, yeah, that's the reason why I asked the question. Be like, hey, what have you done in the past? Okay, well, what we've done in the past is just use the same decimal equivalent. All right. Well, it hasn't changed any, between previous chapters and now. So anytime we're doing percentages, we're always going to pretty much change it into decimal, unless the context says otherwise. So typically, that's always going to happen here in any circumstance. All right. What is the alternate hypothesis here? So how would that? Okay, it's right tail. Okay, and so what would that look like as my alternate hypothesis? Okay. All right. I'm going to agree with everybody. Right tail. All right, and then Cool Dad has bigger than 0.28. All right, so that's correct. Very good. All right, so P here, a proportion of students here, is bigger than 0.028. All right, that's fair. All right, absolutely right. Nice job. All right. So, are there any questions about how we set that up there? Hopefully that wasn't too crazy. I really gonna have time for it? That's the question. Oh, it's gonna take way more time. Let me check something here really quick. So higher was the keyword, yes. So the keyword here is that, so according to this here, yeah, that's right. So the high school counselor use of e-cigs is higher, correct. So that's the kind of the key, that's the tipping keyword there. It says, hey, it has to be the claim made by the counselor is, I think it's more than 2.8%. Okay, that's the claim that's made. All right. If it was lower, it would go left. Correct. If that's the claim that was made by the counselor says, no, I think it's actually less than that. And here's my proof. So let's compare what my proof is. And then there you go. This class typically hurts your cashew-sized brain. See. You give yourself too little credit. You got a couple things here today. Come on. You've done pretty good here so far this semester, Cool Dad. You've done pretty good here so far this semester. Yes, there's a struggle bus component to it, but you know what? Worked hard. Should be proud of that. You know, make people work hard and or if they want to work hard, I suppose. And then you guys get the results based on what you get. There you go. Any other questions about that? Again, this is how easy that first step is. Now, all right. I don't think that that's possible. The homework's already been posted there, Cool Dad. Homework's been up there for quite a while. Since the beginning of the semester. Homework has been up for a long time. Check something here real quick. And it's gonna take a while. All right. I'm gonna have to probably, yeah, that's gonna take longer than 15 minutes. All right. I just don't have time for that. That smells. Oh, that's where. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, all right. I'm guessing that's where I probably got to stop. Considering we either A, went on a tangent, and B, B, we didn't have the handouts ready necessarily on D2L. So I'm probably going to stop there for today, and then it's going to take me more than 15 minutes to do section 10 to go over each individual part. So I obviously don't want to work ahead and rush through it when it's going to sound super confusing if I rush through it. So um, just to let you know here, next time we're going to do 10.2 and possibly a little bit of 10.3 here then as a result. Just doing some hypothesis testing in two different contexts here. All right, but now what we have here set up is at least what we have set up is that the foundational support for at least talking about hypothesis testing here in this instance. All right, so that's essentially what we have going on here at this juncture. All right, are there any other questions here so far? You're probably saying, this is easy. Um, hmm. When are you streaming? When are you streaming us? I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, That's a great question. That's a great question, Cool Dad. I don't know. I don't know. What I can do is I can stream one game right now. That is a quick game to open, actually. Where are you? Actually, you know what? I don't know if I should open up this game. Or not group related, is it? No, oh no, I know. I know. I have filters on though. Yeah, no, it's yeah. Well, obviously, I'm not gonna say what it thought it was, but that's a pretty inappropriate term for any situation. But um, but yeah. Let's go with Super Mario Maker 2. Yeah, obviously we don't say those kind of things, so that's why I moderate very heavily. But I know what that meant, so intent behind it is also heavily thought of when I moderate. I'm a big stickler about that, so in terms of intention behind moderation, say potentially dangerous things. All right. You kids can swear all they want, but no hate speech. That's the rules in my house. All right. We don't talk about hate speech. Yeah. Hate speech is something that I'll let you know, like in the 90s hate speech was pretty normal. So it was just have it has the thing there. Yeah, Megan, you're like, "Wait a second." I swear that's all I could really do here today. Is that we went off on a lot of things there. Yeah, kids pick up on that rather quickly. It's kind of a thing. Let's go back here for just a moment. All right. So, let's do some racing. Yeah, let's do it. If you type in exclamation point vote, type in vote with a number. So, okay, you can type in vote with a number, you can participate in a marble race. So vote from number from 1 to 57. So they vote, let's say for example, vote 21. You can go ahead and just type something like that, and then 21 will show up just like so. So whatever map that you guys want to go with, you can go ahead and do that. Make sure there's a space in between there, Kristen. Make sure there's a space in between, guys. Okay. It looks like we got a lot of votes here because we got some votes here scattered around a bit. Need a tiebreaker here. Anybody else want to vote? Vote 3. All right, so I'm gonna pick from one of you guys who's here. So everybody voted for their own one. Let's go with I don't know. Sure, we'll go with the House of Pain, since that's pretty accurate. All right, let's go to House of Pain. All right, let's race. Okay, you can play here. So if you type in play, exclamation mark play, you can go ahead and join the race, and your marble will show up here on stream. The guys can see your marbles starting to appear here on stream. There you go. We'll give it 10 more. We'll give it 10 more seconds here. Anybody else want to play? Go ahead and type in exclamation mark play. Okay, exclamation mark play if you want to play and want to have your own marble. See who wins. Never a bad thing. All right, let's do this. Let's start this here. All right. All right, here we go. Everybody going down the chute here. See who wins here. So we have Athena in the lead here. Get right out the gates, followed by myself and Anna. We have a Kristen Toaster and Cool Dad in the back, but anything can change here in the meantime. Oh, I got hung up there by that thing. Alright, so we have Kristen, Athena, and Cool Dad kind of getting stuck back there, but I'm also stuck back there. Holy smokes. I suck. Alright, let's keep going. Who's in the lead here? Oh, Anna and Mega Toaster way in the lead. Holy cow. I am dead last. Holy cow, I don't think I'm gonna get out of there. Oh man, I'm way stuck in last. I'm a last place loser right there. I have not even made my way out of that first part here. Anna in the lead by leaps and bounds. Ooh. Let's see if Anna can get out of that spot there. Ooh, being pushed back. Maybe Cool Dad's coming in over here. Ooh, Cool Dad coming in. Can he get through without too much trouble? Ooh, it's gonna be close. A close race between Anna and Cool Dad. Here we go. Oh, being slapped around here. But Cool Dad comes in. Can he survive this gauntlet? Ooh, this one's gonna be close. Oh, but Anna sneaks on through. Anna sneaks on through. Can she make it to the finish? Can she make it to the finish? Anna gonna come in first place is Anna. Very good. Congratulations, Anna. You have come in first. There you go. Nice. In second here will be Cool Dad. Cool Dad will come in second. Very good. Let's see who's going to come in third. Oh my god, I need a comeback from all the way out of nowhere. From out of nowhere. There you go. Oh, I came in third. I can't believe it. That's from out of nowhere. Thaner in fourth. And we have Athena in fifth. Toaster in sixth. And unfortunately, Kristen... I think you had a little bit of trouble there in the middle, but you will finish, so it will count for something. And congratulations, Anna, you have won. There you go. Great job there. Very nicely done. That was a close race somewhere in the middle. You guys were like battling it out neck and neck. You know, what a comeback. I didn't even expect my marble to make it all the way back. It just like ripped through everything. I was like, dang. That sounds like, wow, man. Yeah, I know, right? Start off really good. I ain't gonna lie. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Alright, let's pick a random track here. I don't know what track we're gonna get next. Trip Wonderland. Right? Whoa, alright. Go ahead and type in exclamation mark play. Exclamation mark play. If you want your marble in. Want your marble in? You want it to be put through the blender? You know, like your grade usually is in this class? Then go ahead and type in exclamation mark play. Let's have some fun. Okay, exclamation mark play. Want to try again? Let's do this. All right. Okay. All right, 10 more. 10. We'll do it 5 more seconds here, and then I'll hit the start button. Exclamation mark play, anybody? All right, let's do it. Let's go through the blender. I swear this thing looks like a popcorn maker. I don't know about you, that's what I felt. Popcorn maker. Ooh. Ooh. Good. Like, we have a few good people going through the funnel here. Got a few people who are still stuck in the popcorn maker. Cool Dad is doing his best impressions of doing jumpies, which is basically just jumping in one place constantly forever and absolutely getting nowhere. Get it together, Marvel. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Let's go. All right. Here we go, everybody. Get going here. Cool Dad is still in dead last. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before he gets out there. Feiner in first. Kind of going through the gamut here. Looks like a lot of little dinky obstacles. Anna and Megatoast are not far behind. I'm coming in behind here. Athena and Kristen. Kristen coming down the snake. Feiner making his way through fairly easily. Ooh, but Anna takes over. Anna taking over here. Anna asserting her dominance with marbles. Can't really argue with that. All right, Anna coming through. Anna coming through. Little snaky turn. Right, maybe chicanes herself a little bit. Toaster and myself sitting back here in third and fourth here, respectively. Anna and Feiner. It's going to be between Anna and Feiner. Let's see who at least makes it first. Here we go. Cool Dad is finally out of the gate, by the way. We have Anna and Feiner. Anna and Feiner. Ooh, here we go. This one's going to be close. Is it going to be Anna? Is it going to be Feiner? Is it Anna? Feiner? It's Anna, but Anna by a hair. Anna wins. Anna wins again. And somehow I came out all the way out of nowhere, and I get third again. I'm not even sure how, but okay, we're gonna run with it. Let's take it with your Andy. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Let's take a good look here. We have Kristen. Kristen coming in fourth. Coming in fourth here. This is Kristen. There is a little bit of a timer here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So might get a not finish if you're not. Oh, Athena crashed out. Oop. Well, if Athena crashed out, that can happen. That can happen sometimes. All right, so we have our top four here. Megatoaster going to make their way over. But let's see if Cool Dad can make it before he's shredded to oblivion. All right. Yes. Can Cool Dad make it past the oblivion? This one, ooh, let's see. Come on, Cool Dad. Megatoaster going to be able to finish. All right, no problem. Oh my goodness. I don't know if Cool Dad's going to be able to finish. Oh, this one's going to be close. Oh, he's got the wall of death. There's the wall of death. Ooh. Oh, he couldn't finish in time. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cool Dad just couldn't finish in time. Oh. Oh, how am I finishing this semester, honestly? F's in chat for Cool Dad's marble. Oof. Oof. That was brutal. That was brutal to watch. Man, I'm sorry, Cool Dad. I was really pulling for your marble. Whatever reason, your marble wouldn't get out of the popcorn maker. So I was like, okay. I'm not sure why, but... Alright. Let's do one more here. One more for the lulz. We got to make up for that last one, okay? That last one was pretty brutal on Athena and Cool Dad. Let's see if we can make up this next one here. All right, exclamation mark play here once again, ladies and gentlemen. Exclamation mark play. If you would like to join in, hopefully make up for past failures. Or in Anna's case, past successes. Because Anna wrecks everyone. That's I kind of agreed with that here. Let's go 5. All right, exclamation mark play, everybody. Exclamation mark play. And all right, 5 more seconds here, and then I'll hit that start button. All right, let's do it. All right, here we go. Gonna make it to their respective holes first. All right, let's see who's gonna make their way down. Each one of these is a nice long. Now, I don't know who's in the lead yet because, of course, it matters about who gets to the bottom here through this big old funnel. Let's go, let's go! All right. All right, everybody going through the funnel here. All right. This is a wonderful representation of what happens to my money every month. All right, wonderful. Here we go. All right, Athena in the lead. Athena gonna burst on forward. Here we go. Anna in the back here, but Anna could have a chance to catch up here through these snaky turns. Ooh, we have a big cluster of 4 marbles in the middle. Cool Dad a little bit out in front, but Athena taking a commanding lead. Oh man, Athena way out in front here. Crushing the competition so far. Ooh, but are there somebody gonna pass up? Oh, it's Cool Dad! Cool Dad out of nowhere! Passing up Athena. Ooh, Cool Dad taking the lead. Whoa, with a very strong move. Anna from last place to 3rd place, making her way forward. Making those strong power moves that she did in the last 2 maps. Ooh, Cool Dad on a very commanding lead. Let's see if there's anybody who could catch up to him. Alright, Mega Toaster myself, we're the last 2 spots here. Kristen 3rd to last here. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up here. Anything can happen through these turns. But Cool Dad is absolutely crushing the competition. So Cool Dad in like at least in a 1,000 marble lead. All right, that's my best estimation as a mathematics teacher. It's a pretty good estimation, so you should always listen to me. Cool Dad trying to go through here. Woof. Let's take a look here at what's going on. We got Anna in 2nd, Athena in 3rd, Kristen in 4th, myself and Toaster handling the last 2 spots there. All right. Still going here. This is the huge lead here. All right, Cool Dad's starting to slow down a little bit here through these pillars. I don't know what's going to happen here, but he's going to need to work around this fast because Athena's slowly starting to catch up. Anna coming in right behind myself in 4th. Toaster and Kristen battling out for the last 2 spots way in the back. All right, here we got Cool Dad making the turn. He's heading into the home stretch here. Is Cool Dad. Athena coming in 2nd here, just a short behind here. Anna in 3rd, myself in 4th, Toaster in 5th, and Kristen taking up the rear. All right, so we got Cool Dad here coming out in front, taking those speed boosts. All right, here we got the top 4 starting to round out. Hopefully we get to see Toaster and Kristen. We got Cool Dad way in front here. Can he make the last final push? Will Cool Dad take first? Yes, and the winner is Cool Dad. Cool Dad has won it. Congratulations, Cool Dad. 2nd place here will be... Ooh, what's going on here? Uh-oh. Athena got stuck. Oh, no, but taken over by Anna. Oh no! Anna in second, and ooh, who got a third? Ooh, my goodness, very close. Athena even almost lost out in third to me. Oh my goodness, very close here. Ooh, we have Toaster here coming in fourth. Toaster coming in fifth. Pardon me. All right, yeah, that was very close. Wow, I didn't expect myself to catch up that quickly. Ooh. I'm not just meant to be a marble. Oh, don't say that. Just unlucky. Just unlucky. Sometimes luck is gonna be like that. It goes in waves. But congratulations here to Cool Dad, who has won. Right, Cool Dad has won here. As our marble race right here. So congratulations, Cool Dad. Cool Dad in first, Anna in second, Athena in third, myself in fourth, Toaster in fifth, and Kristen in last. All right. Very, very good. Should we do one more? Yeah, we got 5 minutes. We could do one more if you want. Do you guys want to do one more? Yes? Okay. All right, let's do one more here. All right. Let's see what happens here for one more. Okay. All right. Exclamation mark play for you to enter. All right. Let's get exclamation mark play for you to enter in as a marble. All right. Let's see if you can win. All right. Cool Dad, you gonna be in this game? Or exclamation mark play there, Cool Dad, if you want to play. Or anybody else who wants to play, exclamation mark play. You could go ahead and join us. Absolutely. Uh-oh. Cool Dad may have been called away by his significant others or children. So, we may have to do this without Cool Dad here. I'm going to give it 10 more seconds, though. Then I do have to start this here. All right. Let's give it a go here. Let's give it a start here. All right. All right. So we got 5 marbles here. All right, so we got a top 5 here. Ooh, wow. Anna down right away. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm dead. I just died. I just died. Athena in the lead. Oof. Well, it will be a top 4 here where I'm going to have to just... it is going to be a top 4. So everybody else is guaranteed a top 4 finish. Okay, due to my marble absolutely dying at the start here. So it will be between Athena, Toaster, and Kristen here so far. I think, who? Oh, yeah, Anno took the other path over to the right here. So we will see what happens after we get down to this coming together of paths. Okay, so Athena in a very healthy lead here. But anything can happen here, especially at the end with a moving platform. That's what they got to be careful about. We have a moving finished platform here. So if you don't make it, uh-oh, you have some issues. What game is this? This is Marbles on Stream, where you can actually participate if you would like, JD, once we get up and get going here with another map. So you don't have to get the software or nothing. This is just something you could do here on stream on Twitch. So Athena in the lead by leaps and bounds here. Where is Anna? I think Anna is pretty far behind. Oh no, Anna crashed out. Okay, so we're gonna have a top 3 finish here for all 3 of these marbles. Athena going for broke here. Can Athena land in the final spot? Oh no! Athena's crashed out. Oh no! Oh no! Mega Toaster has crashed out too. Oh no! Can Kristen actually be the only marble that makes it? Well, okay then. Nobody wins. Nobody's a winner. Everybody's a loser. Plot twist. Everybody sucks. Y'all are losers. Okay, but based off of that, we gotta do one more then. We gotta do one more for sure. We gotta have Planet and JD actually join in here. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Oh my goodness. All right. So all you need to do to join here is type in exclamation mark and play, and your marble will appear here on the screen. So exclamation mark and play, just like I've typed it in. And your marble can absolutely be right there. There you go. Planet, you're in there. Kristen is in there. Anna is in. Okay. JD is in. All right. Very good. We'll take any more people here. Once a very good Madison is in. Plate. Mega Toaster. You said to play just exclamation mark play. You can't play two marbles. Just exclamation mark play. That's all you need. Try that again, Toaster. I think you're in, or I don't know if you're in or not. Oh, you're in. Never mind. You're in. Good. You're in. I just had to check. Anybody else? 5 more seconds before I hit that start button. All right, worth a shot. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go. Everybody going down the funnel here. Let's see how things will go here. All right, everybody making their way toward the center. All right, anybody's guess who comes out where, so I'm going to focus on what happens afterwards. And in the lead is Kristen is in the lead, followed by Planet and Athena. Okay. Now, it's fun to watch. All right, Kristen in the lead here, followed by Planet and Anna. Anybody's guess what's going to happen here? As we saw last game, that anybody could just fall off the map at any time, so... But everybody going through loop-the-loops, and... Ooh, Kristen gets stopped there after taking the boost. Planet and Kristen here, going through the rocket. Hard for me to catch up, even. Alright, who's in the lead here? Kristen, Anna. Looks like Planet is a little bit further behind for some reason. Madison catching up there very quickly. And going through after all that chaos, we have Anna and Athena taking the first 2 spots. Not far behind is Kristen. And myself, JD, coming up in 5th. Last 3 here, Planet, Toaster, and Madison. All right. Still plenty of a race to go here. Oop, I got hung up here, so fast up here. We could have done a probability problem with marbles, it's true. Well, the marbles is completely RNG. Oh no! Oh no, we have Anna and Athena both fall off the map. Oh no! They have both died. They could not make it through here. We have Kristen and Madison hopefully making through. Oh no, JD has fallen through. Oh no, JD, poor JD has hit F in the chat for JD here. We have Kristen coming through here. Can Kristen take the win? Kristen wins. Kristen wins. Oh my goodness. There you go. Kristen wins. Madison coming in second. Who's going to come in third here? Toaster in third. Toaster in third here. I'm getting hung up on everything there, but I eventually come in fourth. And the planet here is what I would call a survivor of that entire round. After watching every other marble in front of planet get absolutely destroyed, has survived the 5th place. So first place there is Kristen. Kristen is now in first place. Madison in second. Toaster in third. Myself in fourth. And Planet in fifth, having survived the other three there, JD, Anna, and Athena. All right. Hey, I don't control the marbles. I just let you do whatever you want. Moo. Sad cow noises. Sad cow noises indeed. All right. Okay, we're about 5 minutes into the second class here. All right, so I'm going to have to end it off here. But hopefully we'll have a little more time next time to maybe do maybe a little bit more marbles or a little bit more, maybe a few more games. Who knows? Hopefully you guys had fun, at least with a little bit of marbles on stream. So, you know, just having a little fun. You guys look like you're having a nice time. I could make up marbles, by the way. So maybe if I make up some marbles for bonus points next time, maybe I could do that. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, maybe I'll have like 10 marbles worth the amount of bonus points I give to the class. I could possibly do that. Then we'll have a race for that. All right. All right. Those of you in the first class there, if you're gonna head on out, have yourself a wonderful day. All right. For those of you in the second class here, of course, please stick around. That's kind of a thing there. All right. All righty. Take care, Kristen. Have a great weekend. Ooh, that was fun. All right. But we gotta, you know what we gotta do? You know what we gotta do? All right. We gotta do some intros here. All right. Very important. Let's do some. We gotta do some intros here, and we'll go in here with. All right. Let's do this. Okay, let's get started today. Welcome back to Wednesday, end of the week time today. So today, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be going into a new chapter here, which is section 10.2. A couple things that were added in from the last class here is we didn't get super far here in the first class because of things, but I actually didn't know that, and I was pointing out here in the first class that there wasn't a handout for 10.2 and 10.3, so I added handouts there in D12 for 10.2 and 10.3 respectively. Now it should be updated and available for you. Okay, so you should have that set and ready to go, as we'll be doing sections 10.2 and 10.3, of course, here for pretty much next week. So today, though, we're going to kind of switch gears here a little bit away from chapters 7 and 8, just a little bit. All right, so a lot of chapter 7 and 8 have a lot to do with each other. Chapter 10 has is a little bit different here, not a huge turn, but again, a somewhat of a turn there. We're going to be doing what's called hypothesis testing here today in section 10.1. Today, a lot about what we're going to be talking about is laying down the foundation work here for the next two sections, okay? So really understanding exactly what we want to be doing here in terms of saying, looking at what looking at the baseline, looking at the claims, and looking at how to set those problems up. Now, yeah, so what is hypothesis testing here? So essentially, if there's like a baseline and say, hey, this is what the baseline says, but you do a study, and you say, hey, I think it's going to be this way. This is the claim that I make compared to what the baseline says. Then you can test it out to see if it is true or if it is not true. Okay, so you can certainly do that based on what you got for results. We're going to see exactly how to set that up and take a look at what that's all about. Julia, very off topic here, but will our test be after chapter 4? Yes, that's correct. That is correct. It will be after chapter 4. Right, so we'll be doing chapter 10 here, Julia, and then we'll do chapter 4, which is the last chapter in the textbook. Okay? So um, that is what is on the agenda there for what's upcoming. So we'll get through chapter 10 there. Hopefully not. It won't take us too long to get through chapter 10, and then that'll be it. Don't forget here, also as a friendly reminder, there is section 9.3 homework here. As a friendly reminder, section 9.3 is just a recap section of sections 9.1 and 9.2. So basically, I put in homework there for section 9.3 because it just asks a few more questions to remind you of 9.1 and 9.2. Just a little bit of added extra practice and a few more nice points that you can get here for as part of your homework score. Okay, so certainly, absolutely 100%. All right, so it's definitely one of those things that I put in there on purpose, so it gives you that little bit of added extra practice. Okay, so that is what is on agenda here for today. So let's go ahead. By the way, are there any questions? By the way, any questions at all? Let me know. Do I have a date in mind? Because I'd like to schedule time for a test slash together. Are you talking for like the time for the planet? Are you talking about like the time for the test, or like a specific due date? Because as you know, I give you like at least a good week to finish. So I'm a little, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I can only give you an estimation. It just depends on the pacing. So let me think about that for a second. I'm guessing around either my best guess is like the 28th or May 5th, maybe. That's when it will be due. Now again, that's not completely set in stone because that's just dependent on the pacing of our course. So, if I'm to tell you, yeah, this is the exact date, then that would be false. Right? So, I don't want to like tell you this is the definitive date, but maybe around that time. Possibly late April, early May, is a guesstimation, but we'll see exactly how fast we go here through these sections. So it could be earlier, it could be late. Again, though, that's why I give you multiple days of which to finish, so you can make sure that those things don't necessarily clash, right? So if you're planning on doing it last minute, then yeah, then that's gonna be a thing. Your test is in mid-May, right? So the only other test that you'll have in mid-May is going to be the final exam. So the final exam is the only other test in, outside of this last test, which could be early May. Mid-May will be the final exam. So is when that final exam will be. So, but everybody's final exam is right around the same time anyway. So that's not going to really matter at the end of the day. Are there any other questions that you guys have? Ladies, ask me anything. It's fine. questions? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the big board here. Good for now? All right. That's fine. Not a problem. Okay. All right, so there's not a ton of content here about what we're going to be doing here today. So, fortunately, today is going to be a nice, easy, relaxing day. Okay, very nice and relaxing. Okay, I promise you, promise you, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you. Okay, absolutely 100%. Okay, let's go to the big board here. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about talk about hypothesis testing. And for us to understand how to set up a hypothesis test here, we're going to need to put some certain pieces into place in order to make those proper comparisons and come up with those conclusions. So let's take a look here at question number 1. Question 1 says, what is the null hypothesis? What is the null hypothesis? So first of all here, the notation here for the null hypothesis here is going to be H0. So H0 or H sub 0, that is the notation here for the null hypothesis. Now, what does the null hypothesis mean? The null hypothesis here is the base case, or the baseline you are testing against. So this is basically saying, okay, there's a past precedent that says XX percentage of people, like brand A or something like that. So that's going to be our base case about what we're essentially comparing against, compared to our results that we have. Okay, so whatever baseline that we have here, we're going to have, that's going to be our part of our null hypothesis. Now, of course, we're going to need to make a claim here because it is a hypothesis testing. So we need to make some claim here, see if it's true or not. So number 2 here, what is the alternate hypothesis? So the alternate hypothesis notation here is H1 or A sub 1. And so the alternate hypothesis here is the claim made by the researcher in the question given in comparison to the null hypothesis. Okay, so this is going to be the claim from the person who's doing the study. It says, okay, you know what? I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be different than that of what the past precedent says, or I think it's going to be bigger than that, or I think it's going to be less than that, whatever. Okay, they're going to say something to make some sort of claim here. We got to be able to make sure that the alternate hypothesis reflects that claim. Now, one of the things that is very important here, so we talked about it way back in earlier chapters. One thing that is very important here for this particular type of testing here that we're going to be looking at here in the next 2 sections after this is going to be reflected on wording here. Wording is going to be incredibly important for setting up the alternate hypothesis. My very high suggestion here, you have to read things carefully here. If you don't read things carefully, we're going to have problems. Okay, we're going to have lots and lots of problems. All right, so this will affect the final answer to the problem here if you do not read things carefully and you do not set things up appropriately here. We're going to see exactly why here in just a second. Okay. So why is that the case here? Let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 says, what are left tail, right tail, and two-tailed alternate hypotheses? Okay, so the way it's going to work here is if we're going to actually be able to construct a null hypothesis and an alternate hypothesis, here's how it's going to work. We're going to have H0, our null hypothesis, be some parameter is equal to some value. That's some value here being the baseline that we're working with. Then we fall underneath one of 3 particular categories. We either find underneath a left tail, a right tail, or a two-tail type of case. So a left tail here is if the alternate hypothesis says that some parameter is less than that some value. Okay, so less than here represents a left tail test. Right tail means that some parameter is bigger than that some value. So bigger than means right tail. Or again, two-tail means that some parameter here is not equal to that particular some value. Okay, so that represents a two-tail type of alternate hypothesis. Okay, so it's not too hard here, but again, in order for us to set up, say, this first part of any kind of problem that we're going to be looking at here in the next couple of sections, it's going to fall underneath one of these 3 categories here that you see: along with our null hypothesis that we've already set up here. So again, null hypothesis is going to be kind of set in stone because that's our base case. And then we're going to have one of these three guys here be our alternate hypothesis, depending on the wording of the problem. Okay, so just as I said here, wording of these word problems here is going to be incredibly important here for the examples that we'll see. Okay, now, any questions about that? Nope. Okay, good stuff. All right, good to bends. Next, let's go ahead and take a look here at the next question here. Now, amongst pretty much everything in this handout, in this first section here in this handout, let's talk about this here for a second. Amongst everything in this handout here, one of the most important questions here is going to reflect number 4. So number 4 here says, what are some conclusions we can state when doing a hypothesis testing? Now, the one thing about these problems here is that typically in a math problem, we usually have a variety amount of final answers. So for example here, when we talk about, say, we do some kind of equation, right? We could say x is equal to 5 or something like that. And you say, okay, well, that's my final answer. All right, seems fair, right? However, here's what's nice about these type of problems that we're going to be looking at, okay, is that we only make 2 conclusions in hypothesis testing. That means at the end of the day, after doing the work and doing all the work and all that stuff, we're only going to come up with 2, count it, 2 final answers. Okay? That's it. 2 final answers. All right? And these are what they're going to boil down to at the end of the day. So let's take a good look here at both of those final answers here. Let's see what we get. All right, so let's go to question 1 here. Question 1 here is that we accept the null hypothesis and reject the alternate hypothesis. Accept the null hypothesis and reject the alternate hypothesis. Now, another way that it's also written in the book here, or it's also could be written on the homework, is says do not reject the null hypothesis. It's the same thing as saying accepting the null hypothesis. Now, I'm not a big fan of this wording here because it tends to sometimes make people more confused than what is necessary. So I kind of tend to leave it out because it's easier to say accept and reject as opposed to do not reject and so um, I'm just like yeah, that seems kind of silly. Kind of just make it more harder on yourself. All right. All right, so we can accept the null or reject the alternate, or again, we can reject the null and accept the alternate. So those are only our 2 final answers that we're ever going to get here for these hypothesis testing problems. So that's very, very convenient for us. We don't have to think of anything more outside of that in terms of what our final result should be. Of course, we're going to be doing a lot of work here in order to get to that result here. So let's go ahead and figure out how we can do that here in this case. All right. So number 5, what are type 1 and type 2 errors? Um, so one of the things that we have to understand here is that type 1 and type 2 error here is going to be basically comparing doing this hypothesis testing to reality. We have to be realistic at the same time. It could very well be that we could be wrong about certain things when it comes to hypothesis testing, and that's what these 2 types of errors address. So what's a type 1 error? A type 1 error says if the null hypothesis is true in reality, but somehow, some way we rejected it in our hypothesis testing. Now that can happen here. Now you're probably saying, well, how does that occur? Well, let's think back to what we talked about in confidence intervals. We said in confidence intervals, for example, we said we're 95% confident that it's going to be between, say, 2 values. Well, if we have to say I'm 95% confident, for example, that means still I can still be wrong 5% of the time. And that's what can happen here in this case. Maybe you did some hypothesis testing and you did it, comparing, with a certain level of percentage, and you're like, oh, I rejected it, but reality told you otherwise. Well, that falls maybe within that same 5% being wrong gap. Okay, that can happen, right? Or maybe being in that 1% gap being wrong. Okay, that can happen depending on, of course, what values that you got here at the end of the day. What's a type 2 error? A type 2 error basically is the same thing as a type 1, only just replace the null hypothesis with alternate hypothesis. So it says, okay, the alternate hypothesis was true in reality, but somehow we rejected it in our hypothesis testing. Okay, fine. So again, we could be wrong there that maybe the alternate, our actual claim was true, but somehow we rejected it because that's what the data showed us. Fine. Maybe that falls underneath again that 5% that happened, whatever percent. Okay, so that's fine. Now, let's take a look at number 6. Number 6 says, what is a critical value? All right. Now, we talked about critical values here in previous chapters. Okay, chapter 9, we did talk about critical values here, and these were those values that were associated with those confidence levels. So it said a 95% confidence has a critical value of like 1.79 or 1.96 or something like that. Um, anyway, there's a value that was associated with a particular percentage. We don't have to memorize these, of course, but for the sake of what we're doing here in this case, sometimes there's critical value methods here that can help us find those conclusions that we have stated here for hypothesis testing and make comparisons. So in that case, critical values will be used in comparison in determining a conclusion in some hypothesis testing. If we go over it or if we use it, we'll certainly address it here. Um, Most of the time, we're going to be using our calculator doing those nice little shortcut methods to basically get that information that we're looking for here. But if we're going to go over that there, we could use the back of the book or whatever, and we'll show, I could show you how to do that here. Critical value method, but we're gonna use a slightly different method here to kind of get that here. So we're gonna skip this question here, but if we need to use it here, I'm just letting you know it'll be there, and we'll go over that in detail. All right. Next, number 7. Number 7 says, what is a significance level? So one of the most important parts here is we need to be able to, make a comparison to something. That something here is the significance level. Now, what does the level of significance mean, or significance level? Same thing. This is the probability of making a type 1 error. So type 1 error here again, this is this first one here, if the null hypothesis is true in reality, but we reject it in our hypothesis testing. So now there are some typical values here for the probability of making a type 1 error. There's some typical levels of significance. Again, you don't need to memorize these. In every problem, they will give you the level of significance in every single problem here. So note this is given in the level of significance is given here in the question. So you don't have to memorize this. There's some typical values that you're going to find a lot of the time. So you're going to find, say, levels of significance, let's say 0.05, which is 5%. You'll find that typically 0.01, which is 1%, or maybe 0.10, which is 10%. So you'll find those usually listed in the problem somewhere, and then you do your hypothesis testing around that. We'll see where this kind of fits into the question here when we do more examples here in the next section. But this does have a big role to play there at the end, especially when we need to make our conclusions, or one of our 2 conclusions there at the end of the day. Um, are there any questions about that? Any questions about that so far? I'll slow down here for a second. If JD is at the level of significance, then yes. If it's the level of significance you're referring to, then yes, it'll be referred to as a decimal, correct? It will always be in the form of a decimal. No questions there from Julia. Okay. Any questions? Any questions there? Okay. Okay. Any questions, Planet, or anyone else? Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Oh. All right. Oh, I'm not gonna do that next question. Okay. Let's take a good look at. Nope. All right. Very good. All right. Let's take a good look here at some examples, and we're gonna see exactly how we can set up these problems here in order to do proper hypothesis testing. So understand what we're doing here. So all we're going to be doing is setting up these problems here appropriately. All right. That's all we're going to be doing here, is just setting up these problems here appropriately. All right. So nothing too fancy going on here. I promise you that. All right. But just setting up these problems here. And then for next time, we're going to be talking about how to actually do them out. All right. Well, let's look at number 35. All right. So let's look at 35 here. The 35 says quality control. A can of soda is labeled as containing 12 fluid ounces. The quality control manager wants to verify that the filling machine is neither overfilling nor underfilling the cans. I'm going to do letter A here. That's the only one I genuinely care about, is letter A. Okay, so letter A says determine the null and alternative hypotheses that would be used to determine if the filling machine is calibrated correctly. So let's talk about first our null hypothesis. What would be our null hypothesis here? What's our baseline or a base case? Whatever you want to call it here. What's our baseline that we're comparing against here in this case to get to our null hypothesis? What do you think we should have here in this problem? What do you guys think? Think about it this way, though. So let's go back to the handout here for just a second. Okay. Put up the handout here. Remember how it works, okay? Remember, we have some parameter is equal to some value. So we actually have a numerical value here, all right, that we're comparing up against, okay? So what is going to be that some value that should be our baseline here, our base case? Okay, very good. So, and that's correct. 12 is indeed the answer, right? Because that's what that's what, say, the company says, okay, you know what? All our cans of soda should be 12 fluid ounces. Okay, that should be the standard norm for one can of soda. Like, okay, fine. One can of pop is 12 ounces. So again, at the end of the day, let's say the mean amount of pop here in the can is going to be 12. All right, fine. Seems fair. All right, are there any questions about how we went ahead and determined the null hypothesis here, first and foremost? Nope. Okay. This is important here, so that way, again, it's understood. All right. Let's take a look at the alternate hypothesis here. Let's look at the alternate hypothesis. Okay. So what does the alternate hypothesis here say? What is the alternate hypothesis here? So one of the three here, so let me point this out here really quick before you guys guess. One of the three here, going back to our handout, one of the three that you see here on the screen, less than, bigger than, or not equal to, is true. Let's take a small poll here. I'm going to do a small poll. All right. So I want you guys to give it a try. All right. So based on what you see here, go ahead and give it a poll guess there. Less than, bigger than, or not equal to. What do you guys think based on what you see there? Go ahead and vote in the poll in the chat. Less than. Remember, read the problem carefully here. Okay, if we're going to get this alternative hypothesis down. All right, so we kind of have a split here, 50-50. All right, so I normally don't ask this, but I will for at least in this case here. Who said less than? Who said less than? Really quick. I just want to know who said less than. Okay, so I want to know, why did you feel that it was less than, Julia? Just a quick question. Why did you feel that was less than? What was your keyword that kind of tipped you off to saying less than? Okay, so you weren't really sure, but you're kind of thinking it was kind of going that way. Okay, all right. So let me ask. Let me ask again here. Who said not equals? Who said not equals? The person that said not equals. Okay, JD, you said that. Okay, very good. So why did you feel that it was not equals? What was your reasoning behind that? For you, what was your tip off to say, hey, that wasn't that meant not equals? Hmm. Didn't want to overfill the soda can. Okay. All right. So let's take a good look here. One of those two answers is correct, by the way. But the reason why I ask specifically is not to be hard on either uh, you, Julia, or you, JD. It's more of the matter of just understanding the wording here behind the problem and just kind of justifying our choice, which one of the three is it going to be. So the answer for this one here is that it is not equal to 12. Now let's talk about why. Okay, so this is kind of like, of course, the why part here is really the more important part. Okay, so why is it not equals to here? All right, so how do we take the guessing away from this here? So the real key word here that we want to look at here is basically says that the quality control manager wants to verify that the filling machine is neither overfilling nor underfilling the cans. So again, neither underfilling or nor overfilling the cans. So this is kind of like our guy here. This is like the big, right? So this is our kind of dead giveaway here. It's not over and it's not under. Okay, so they're testing it against that there. So because it's not over, not under, then it's going to be just different. And being different means it's not equal to. Okay, so I really want you to kind of get used to saying, hey, that's what the wording is telling us here. That's why it's going to be not equal to here. All right, if we're going to interpret it correctly. I want to avoid guessing here because this alternate hypothesis here has a great effect on the rest of the problem, right? So because of that fact, that's why I'm stressing this very carefully here. So that way, when we do future problems here, hey, at least you'll know how to set this up appropriately based on what it says. Okay. All right. So everybody kind of get where I'm coming from there. Any questions about that? Hopefully that made it a little bit more clear about why I chose not equals to here in this case. Okay. Now here's a question, another question here. Okay, cool. Um, what type of tail is it? What type of tail is this not equals to? What type of tail is it? Let's go back to the handout here. What type of tail is this? Is this the left tail, right tail, or two tail? Okay, good. That's right. It's a two tail test, right? So this will be two tail. All right. So understand here we have a two tail. All right. Now this two tail here, specifically saying, we'll be looking at there. So if it was just no overfilling, would it have been less than or not equal to? Oh, okay, okay. So if it was not overfilling, right? So if we tested out some cans or whatever, it says, oh, we want to make sure it doesn't overfill or underfill. If it was overfilling, then you would be bigger than, right? I want to say, is it bigger than or less than if it was underfilling? So no overfilling would be under, so that would be less than. That's right. Oh, right. One other thing here, Planet. Actually, that's something good here to actually point out. In relation to your question here, you cannot combine two of these guys. Okay, so it's either one of these three things. Okay, Planet. So it's either less than, it's either bigger than, or it's not equals to. But it's never. It will never be a combination of them. Okay. So we're not going to have anything apart from these three guys that you see here on the handout. Okay. So want to be sure that that's crystal clear here. We say, okay, hey, it's going to be less than, it'll be bigger than, it's going to be not equals to, but it's one of those three guys and never a combo between them. All right. Otherwise, we can't be able to do the tests that we need to do. That makes it more difficult. Yeah, you can't pick like 2 out of 3. It's one out of those 3. Okay. I know that's a little difficult. Okay. I know that makes it a little more difficult, but you have to pick one out of those 3 to choose the correct alternate hypothesis. Okay. Is there any other part that kind of makes it a little unclear, Planet? Go ahead and ask, okay? There's something that makes it like slightly unclear, then just let me know, okay? All right. Again, guys, feel free if it's a little difficult, and then just let me know. All right. Oh, okay. I already answered your question. All right. No problem. Okay. So that's how we can set up the very beginning of number 35. Okay, so back to the book here for just a moment. All right, so this is how we can basically set up the null and alternative hypotheses. And then this basically here, like what we did here for this would take care of, say, the first two steps of our hypothesis testing stuff. All right, and we would do some stuff after that. But again, we want to go, again, if we want to go ahead and set that up, then that's how we set it up. And again, you could take any sample of 75 cans and then figure it out. All right, good. Let's try another one, okay? Let's try another one. Let's see if works. Let's do 37. All right. So, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 2.8% of high school students currently use electronic cigarettes. A high school counselor is concerned the use of e-cigs at her school is higher. All right. Determine the null and alternate hypotheses. All right, fine. All right, so let's talk about the null hypothesis here, according to number 37. What is the null hypothesis here according to the problem? The null hypothesis here. What do we have here according to number 37? I'll put P here because it's a proportion of students. 2.8. Okay. Now remember what that says there, JD. That says 2.8%. So think about how we've been dealing with percentages throughout this course. All right, so 0.028 says planet. All right, and that would be correct. Okay, so the way we've dealt with percentages in this course is to always change them back into decimals. So we're not going to be doing anything different here than we have done in the past. Okay, so here we go, just like so. All right, so 0.028. All right, that'll reflect the 2.8% of kids who used e-cigs. Fine, whatever. So, all right. So be sure to put that in the proper formatting. All right, in regards from percentages over to decimal. That'll be cool. All right, very good. Okay, let's look at the alternate hypothesis. What is the alternate hypothesis here? What is the alternate hypothesis here? What's the claim that this particular counselor is making in this instance? Is it going to be less than? Is it going to be bigger than? Or is it going to be not equal to? Okay, more than. Okay. And why is that, Planet? Why is it more than? What's the key word there that's telling you it's more than? So you guys got to tell me what's that keyword that you're telling me here? Concerned that it is higher. All right, that's correct, Desmond. It is concerned that it is higher. That's right. Okay. So right. So the key word there is the word higher at the end of the problem, right? So again, I need you to justify why you think it's that way, only because the fact that, again, setting this up here is important. So that's why I ask you why. So in this case here, absolutely right here, is concerned that that is higher than our current rate here of 2.8%. So taking a look at what we have here, this is what we got. So P is bigger than 0.028. Okay, very good. Very nice. Nicely done, Desmond and Planet. All right. Now the question is, what kind of test, what kind of tail do we have here? What kind of tail test do we have here? We have a left tail, right tail, or two tail? We got. We got a right tail. That's correct. Okay, so bigger than means a right tail. That's correct. All right. Very good. That is correct. So, um, concern is higher. We have a right tail test. Absolutely 100% correct. All right. And yes, so that's how we can set up, say, the first couple of steps there into doing this type of hypothesis testing. Again, as we've just pointed out here in these couple of examples, at the very least, we know that we have to read through these problems carefully in order to get these assumptions, not assumptions, I should say, these proper hypotheses correct. So null and alternate, effectively. Okay, very good. All right, so again, this sets up a little bit of that foundation here about what we're going to be looking at here in section 10.2. All right, um, in regards to setting up each one of these type of problems and doing the respective test. Talk about next time here the comparisons and whatnot, what we need to do to see what kind of conclusions that we can get. All right. Okay. Questions about section 10.1? Moo. Okay. So that is so in the first class there we didn't get through a whole ton. I would have thought I got through 10.2, but I didn't get through that either. So this is where I'm going to stop here because I want both classes, your class and the first class, to be kind of at the same place. So that way everybody's working at that same pace. But what we're going to be doing here for next time is we're going to be going over the 10.2 and possibly part of 10.3. We're going to be looking at two different ways to do these types of two different hypothesis testings in two different kind of contexts. So we'll be looking at that there and going through it step by step. So a lot of stuff we'll be doing is on the calculator and whatnot, but obviously we need to go ahead and put all that data together. That's kind of important. So just a smidge. All right. So that is where we're going to end off here for at least the book material here for today. And we'll start next week pretty fresh doing some hypothesis testing stuff. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense there. Are there any questions? Any questions at all? Sounds good. Excellent. You may. Of course. Of course you may. Today's drink of the day was unsweetened bold green tea in a 2-liter bottle. So, yeah, it's like how to give yourself caffeination station all in one go. I got some nice tea. Yes, yes, yes. This is like one of the last drinks I have left in my fridge, so I'm gonna have to go and get some new drinks. That's a lot of liters, let me tell you. There's not enough liters of tea that could satisfy. No, yeah, there's enough, but venture out. That show was crazy, man. You finished making a stuffed animal, did you? Really? What kind of stuffed animal did you make? I mean, was it like Monokuma here? Like my buddy? Like my buddy Monokuma here? I mean, I don't know. He's got a nice, cute shape to him. Big old thing. Uh, it's a whale? Cool. That's awesome. And you handmade it. That's pretty cool. I respect that. I respect things that are handmade. You know? That takes a lot of work and that takes some work and dedication. I definitely respect that. Crochet? Hey, you know what? You know what? I will not disrespect people who can do crochet. Absolutely not. You know what? That's a labor of love right there. So, for me to tell you like, oh yeah, crochet is like nerdy, like nah. Crochet is a labor of love. So a lot of nice time and effort, and you get it. I've heard people, people who do crochet. I heard it's a very meditative. Has a lot of therapeutic properties. So much respect when people can do crochet. Absolutely, 100%. Badass crocheting? Well, I can get behind that. You go crazy when you crochet, like they didn't thread it. Let's go. Just please say you don't pop some Adderall when you're doing crocheting. Mmm. Mmm. it'd, be, it'd be pretty awkward, let me tell you. With a good cup of caffeinated tea, 100% true. 100% true. I can only do scarves. I tried it once and I gave up immediately. Well, um, if you tried it once, then maybe you could try it again. Anything takes a little time getting used to. You post in Discord, all right? Want to see this picture? Want to see this picture here? It's Have you posted in Discord? I was just waiting for it here. JD. Oh, wow. That looks really nice. Wow. That's cute. I like that. Look at that. Wow. I wanna actually let me put that on main screen here. That's definitely main screen worthy. That. That's really cute. Needs a face. You know what though? It looks pretty cute just by itself right now. Look at that. That's adorable. You sell them. Very good. You have done well, my child. You have done well. Aww. You are the best capitalist. I have ever met. How long did it take you to the make the whale there? I mean, wow, organs. Woo. Here we go. I mean, I'm a mathematician. Black market's what I do. So let's go ahead and find out, right? 3 hours. Wow, that's impressive. That's very impressive. Well, I'm 15 bucks. So according to my black market prices, there, Planet, I think it's going to be maybe a 2 eyelashes. All right, 2 eyelashes and a glass of tap water. All right, it's not bad. I'll let you guys sell out a price if you want to sell it over to Planet. I think that's wonderful. You guys can use Discord or whatever if you guys want to talk. Absolutely, 100%. Negotiations are pretty strange here on chat. Aw, so nice. That's really nice. That's really, really nice to say, Planet. I love it when people support each other. I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. See, math can bring people together. I don't think that's a problem. No. I'll let you ladies figure it out. You guys want to use my Discord, that's perfectly fine. I'll let you ladies figure it out. You ladies have whatever you ladies want to do. Before I before I set out here, of course, does anybody else have any other questions besides whales? Actually, I didn't switch to my main screen here. There's our whale. There's our whale buddy right. Damn, he's kicking us out. Hey. I can't put up this stream forever, you know. I'm only one old man, all right? An old man without a beard who's older than he actually looks, okay? That's me. And I want to get lunch. So man's got to eat, you know. Yeah. Yes. Man's got to eat just a smidge. What happened to the bearded? Yeah, look, the beard was gone. Like, I shaved it over the weekend. I was like, oh, go feed yourself, be healthy. Okay, I'll do the first half, maybe not the second half. I'll be healthy enough to help you, though. All right. If there are no more questions, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost here, I want to thank everyone here for coming out here to the stream. Thank you so very much. All of you, I love you all. You all are wonderful people here. Thank you again. Remember, as always, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and most importantly, everyone, Stay sane. All right. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you, or again, email me with questions. I can easily come back on the stream here during office of the hours if necessary. All right. But if I don't hear from you, have yourself a good one. All right. We will see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye. Get well.